Sagittarius, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to your weekly quick read for the week beginning February the 15th. Isn't this year traveling by so quickly? Okay, another interesting week up there in the cosmic skies for us all. We've just had that new moon in Aquarius. From there, we now have a square. This is a significant placement, okay? It's happening 3 times this year, and in very many ways, it does set the tone for 2021. So, a square between Saturn and Uranus. Aquarius is in Saturn, Taurus is in Uranus. We have this square happening. We also have Mercury going direct, and we have the Sun moving in Pisces, as well as some significant placements with Mars and Venus as well. So it's very much an ebb and flow, up and down. It can feel intense, it can feel beautiful, okay? So primarily I want to wrap up this energy theme by explaining that, in many ways, when we awaken to an awareness that something needs to shift and change, but yet we do nothing about it because we are very human, Saggy. We put things off. We are comfortable in our human routines and behaviors, and it's not until sort of life sort of pushes us to that very edge where we must make a decision, aka square energy. All right, so when planets square off, they are front and center with each other. They are facing off, and it's no longer an elephant in the room that doesn't get talked about. It's something that must be addressed. But we also have some beautiful energies, with Venus, with the Sun moving into Pisces. But we've still got that stellium of Aquarian energy. Okay, so there is quite a lot going on, Saggy. And first and foremost, all of this Aquarian energy is encouraging every single one of us to develop new perceptions, to move out of old beliefs and fears that kept us stuck, that kept us in karmic looping. And in order to do that, we're going to have to push ourselves into cognitive dissonance, which can be uncomfortable. It can be frightening, depending on our relationship with attachment, with our, attachment to old self, old ideas, to safety and security. But I wanted to focus on this square energy that's happening between Saturn and Taurus. And this is going to be happening 3 times this year. And the areas of life that it may be impacting for you guys, Saggy, will be your 3rd house with all of that Aquarian energy with Saturn in Aquarius. And subsequently your 6th house. Your 3rd house is all about communication. Your 6th house is your day-to-day routine. Where is communication or lack thereof not serving you? Where can it serve you better? It also rules health, okay? So communications on every, I want to take it to the multi-dimensional levels. Unspoken words, sensory experiences, despite what is spoken, all of this stuff, okay? I could also apply it in very practical ways where many Sagittarians are communicating or sort of reaching out in their networks, communicating, training, because the 3rd house does rule learning as well. When it comes to 6th house themes, your service work, your everyday life, your daily work, I could be connecting into many Sagittarians that are finding themselves doing a lot of communicating in the workplace or experiencing communication issues, so take it however it resonates. It's been interesting connecting into the collective energy this week. Now, I do sense that this ebb and flow energy, okay? Like the highs are high and the lows are low. And when I've done the tarot cards for all of the zodiacs, it's almost like 90% of them, it's a surprise at how high vibrational the tarot cards are. So in many ways, I do feel square off energy is almost like an uncorking system that can happen in situations in your life where you find yourself squaring off or having to face that thing, do that thing, address that thing, communicate that thing, whatever, because, your health is starting to get impacted perhaps, so take it however it resonates. But in doing so, what we would deem as untidy, chaotic or intense is ultimately produces something for the greater good. It was a conversation that had to happen. It was a change and shift that had to happen. Whatever the case may be, that's the energy I'm picking up on, and I am going to make mention of that. It wasn't something that I actually specifically picked up on until I began to connect in to everyone's energies that will be sort of watching these videos as well. So it is interesting energy. Not forgetting too that we also have some interesting solar activity happening in the background and affecting us as far as ascension symptoms. You, my friend, have the 0 card. There is a brand new beginning here. Maybe it's to do with work. Maybe it's to do with communications, training, learning. Those house themes can affect different areas of life, okay? The 0 field can feel uncomfortable, but also too, there are many of us who really enjoy change, and you might be feeling really optimistic about this whole new journey ahead. So take it however it resonates. Underneath the deck, in the recent past, you recently chose to travel towards peace, Sagittarius, as far as, you know, looking at thoughts, looking at ideas, making decisions that ultimately led you towards peace and away from turbulent waters, which is what the 6 of Swords symbolizes, okay? It does symbolize peace. It symbolizes focusing on the family. You know, it also can represent travel. So maybe you are in communications and it represents upcoming travel, upcoming movements, traveling towards you. You're traveling towards a new beginning. So take those. Oh, that's so funny. I was going to say the 7 of Swords, and that's why. After deceptive energy, after deceiving yourself about you can't take this anymore, is what I do want to say, what I'm picking up on. After, you know, choosing to selfishly choose this new beginning, you deserve this, is the other thing that I do want to say, Saggy, okay? Because the sun shines for you. Yeah, massive chapters closing, okay, in the recent past. All right, my friend, let's take a look. I wanted to take a look at a gestational energy that's happening with these squares. Like I mentioned earlier, this first square of Saturn and Uranus is the first of 3 that's happening for this year. So in very many ways, it does set the tone. It does impact 3rd house and 6th house energies for you guys, like I said, Saggy, okay? So again, those themes are affecting communications, training, learning, your siblings, okay? Childhood friends that you grew up with. 6th house represents on the daily, so connecting on the daily, your daily work, your health and routine, okay? The Hierophant, the Moon, and the Devil, they are all major arcana cards, including the one that you had. Saggies, alrighty. Higher principles at play, particularly after a time of not knowing, not seeing, not sensing, okay? You've connected into your higher self. You probably had to follow your intuition about what was toxic in your life, okay? In these themes, communication skills, siblings, your daily activity, your daily routine, the routine you find yourself in, your daily routine around communication, not communicating when you wanted to, when it came to your job, okay, is the other thing I wanted to mention as well. What is and isn't good for your health, first and foremost, okay? Because this is about a whole new beginning in the realms of your connection to your higher self, and truly trusting your intuition on a whole other level is what I do want to say. Perhaps, okay, with these swords energies present not far away, as this was a little bit harder to connect into, ultimately creating a shadow experience of the Moon card when we're sort of doubting our intuition, okay? Perhaps there was something here where you were doubting your intuition about a higher connection, about the messages your higher self was trying to tell you, doubting and having uncertainties about a marriage or marriage-like commitment in your life, and what this concept is as far as what is toxic in order to experience a whole new beginning. What is toxic that had to be addressed in order to move towards peace, towards this commitment of peace? Did I have to travel solo to do that? What does this commitment as far as starting a whole new beginning mean for me in this marriage? You know, by following my emotions too is what I do want to say, and your moon sign, okay? The Devil card, you know, in its highest octaves is about deep bonds we've had for a long time, okay? We are committed for better and worse, okay? So these concepts, okay, are at play in many ways as well. But I do want to say, when it comes to 3rd house themes, when it comes to 6th house themes, which is what you guys are activating, a whole new beginning, okay? But it is about trusting the wisdom of soul outside of the confusion that the ego likes to place upon us, is what I do want to say, where you felt completely bound by what should be done, how things should be, the way the world is, you know, these definitions, and then creating your own definitions, like complete 0 field, Saji, is what I do want to say. Magnesite has shown up as your crystal card for you for this week. Let's take a look. Magnesite is a catalyst. It is about resistance, and it's about peace. The strong and steady energies of this stone bring a sense of peace and centeredness. It facilitates the development of selfless love, where one can stand steadily in the knowledge of one's own worth and worthiness and allow others to develop in their own way and at their own pace. It works closely with the heart chakra and helps raise the energy of love to even higher levels. Drawing this card signifies a need to look carefully at your motivations. Are you standing strongly in your own space, or are you allowing yourself to be affected and influenced by the problems of others? Okay, powerful. I want to take you back to May last year. I want to take you back to 15 weeks ago. 15 months ago is also significant. The last 15 to 18 years in many ways, as far as a bigger theme, because with all of these placements in Aquarius, you know, we are entering a whole new era, so these bigger time frames are relevant. I have been mentioning them in the quick reads. All right, my lovely Saggy, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you certainly can do by heading above to the Indigo Ascension shop link. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll find those same details in the description box below. Please do like, share, subscribe, and let your other empath, intuitive, and sensitive friends know where to find the channel. Have an empowered week, Saggy. Until next time.